I guess as we see the waning days of the madness of Ding Dong, Ding Don, the rats are fleeing the sinking ship. The latest rat to head out is apparently Attorney General Bill Peppy the Frog Barr, who has said, "See you later, Don," ribbit, inasmuch as he has announced today, and I guess this is supposed to be somewhat of a big deal, in an announcement earlier this afternoon, Attorney General Bill Barr to prosecution, the only Attorney General this country's ever had who looks like a fascist Nazi meme, namely Peppy the Frog. Well, Bill Peppy the Frog Barr sat down to have a little talk with the Associated Press. And given the fact that his, sort of boss, remember, Bill Barr is, of course, treated as if he is Donald Trump's personal lawyer, you got to wonder how Bill Barr feels about this kind of thing insofar as he's being treated as some sort of Trump family retainer. But he sat down with the Associated Press and said, we looked for some election irregularities, and then he threw Nitwit Nero right under the bus. To date, we have not seen fraud on a scale that could have affected a different outcome in the election. And maybe that's because, like so many other lawyers, Bill Peppy the Frog Barr, on his way out as Attorney General, has suddenly started thinking not just for himself, but about himself, and how it might be nice to, hang on to his law license, for instance. Because he'll be going back to one of those godforsaken cesspit right-wing legal mills, one of those pyramid schemes, where the people like Bill Barr charge $1 gajillion an hour, and then some little associate 15 miles down the pyramid does all the work. I mean, that's pretty much how big law firms work. But again, to date, we have not seen fraud on a scale that could have affected a different outcome in the election. This is, of course, at complete odds with people like Rudy Giuliani, and, of course, Nitwit Nero himself, who is still grunting and hooting and howling and barking into a non-caring universe about how, he was done robbed. But no. Even in the face of Nitwit Nero claiming a few days ago that the Justice Department itself and the FBI might have been part of the grand conspiracy that caused millions more Americans to vote for Joe Biden than voted for Donald Trump. Nope, this time Bill Barr, and understand, Truth Seeker, it's not like this is some sort of a recommendation of his character. It isn't. Self-preservation is the first law of nature, and that is one law that Attorney General Bill Peppy the Frog Barr understands. And as the walls close in on Julius Geezer, there are people trying to get out of the room before the entirety of the garbage compactor scene from Star Wars can play out with a sort of an orange squish. Ooh, that's probably a tough. Yeah, I just disgusted myself. But Well, the fact of the matter is, it didn't sit well with Rudy Giuliani. He declared after word of Barr's declaration went public, with the greatest respect to the Attorney General, his opinion appears to be without any knowledge or investigation of the substantial irregularities and evidence of systemic fraud. Now, Rudy Giuliani has become quite good at saying these outside of a courtroom setting. Bad things happen when he says them in a courtroom setting. Remember, Nitwit Nero got his ass handed to him just, a matter of days ago in Pennsylvania by one of his own appointees. And now comes the video of the maggot governor of Arizona, Ducey, who had previously told the story about how he was in so tight with Mike Pence. And, I mean, this was just last summer. Well, it's not what have you done for me, it's what have you done for me lately, isn't it, Truth Seeker? Yeah. Just last summer, he said, I'm in so tight with President Trump and Vice President Pence that, well, they were every time they thought they could help Arizona with some COVID relief, they were on the phone to me. So I changed the ringtone. To Hail to the Chief, so I wouldn't miss any of their calls. Yeah. That was great until yesterday. Or rather, as he was signing the certification documents, Ducey was, as governor of Arizona, signing the certification documents, noting that Joe Biden won Arizona. All of a sudden, his suit jacket began to ring. And in the audio of it, you can find it. In the audio of it, it's pretty obvious that the ringtone is, Hail to the Chief. And so then Governor Ducey reaches into his pocket, glances at his phone, clicks it, sending the caller to voicemail, and then sets the phone on its face at his desk and continues to sign the election certification documents. He literally rejected a call from the President of the United States, a member of his own party, and erstwhile God Emperor. How about that? I mean, that tells you something about, again, the rats fleeing the sinking ship. And so his avenues of trying to scam his way, as he has scammed his way through his entire misbegotten life that began when the best part of him ran down his mama's leg, Donald Trump's ability to scam a second term appears to be becoming more and more foreclosed and unlikely. But he is barking and howling and screaming on his way out the door. Meanwhile, posters have gone up in and around the greater New York City area. It's not a wanted poster. It's a not wanted poster. Not, and in big red capital letters, wanted, not wanted, and a photograph of precious Princess Iwankamadaddy Trump Kushner. Not wanted in New York City. Accent, fake posh, hair blonde, eyes, dead behind. Married to Slender Man? Yes. Might be a little bit of a rough return to Gotham. One can only hope. But maybe they can go and live in, 666 Park Avenue? I remember being there, and I think I shot a photo of someone making an obscene gesture at it. And Trump Tower, too. because that's what you do when you go to New York City, because they arrest you if you pee on it. Yeah, right. But maybe it would, and then, you know, when you got a building whose address is 666 anything, can it be long before a bolt of lightning shoots out of the top of the building and Zool shows up? Because Jared and Iwanka have that kind of Zool vibe to them, don't they? Yeah. Sheesh. So maybe, and this is just that tiny little molecule of hope that's left somewhere down in the furthest cockle of my heart. Maybe we might be getting close to, relief.
Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. As you know, we've switched formats and are now broadcast exclusively on the Progressive Voices Network. So that means you get fewer program interruptions, no corporate commercials, and lots of profanity. But our format change also means some of our radio listeners no longer hear the program. It's been a while since I mentioned our podcasts, so you may have forgotten that there is a way to listen to this program anytime you need a good dose of screaming. Visit MikeMalloy.com and subscribe to our podcasts. As a podcast subscriber, you can download the program to your mobile device and take me with you wherever you go. And if you have a friend who needs a dose of truth-seeking, you can give a gift subscription as well. That's MikeMalloy.com, and never miss a minute of the uncensored fun and frivolity.